Hey guys, what's up? My name's Anger Bancho. We're continuing our blind playthrough here of Chrono Trigger. Right now, we're kind of in a bit of a, I guess it's more of a kind of convoluted storyline we're going through right now. We've kind of discovered that Lavos is the reason for destroying the world, and we're also on the process of thinking that on top of that, Lavos was created by Magus, who is the Fiend Lord, so we have to create the Masamune. We gotta get that forged by getting some Dreamstone. In order to get some Dreamstone, to make the Masamune, we have to go back into the past, and by the past, I mean the prehistoric past, which I believe is 65 million BC, which is really far in the past. So it looks like we're gonna have another fun adventure for us today, guys. Like I said, this is a completely blind playthrough. We do not know what we're doing. We do not know where we're going. All we know is that we are doing a thing. We are just kind of wandering around aimlessly, so to speak, in this game, getting whatever clues or hints that we can in order to go through this game and actually, you know, finish it. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely a little bit different than what we've played before. Not just on this channel, but I personally played on this channel. As of this recording, we've only done Spider-Man and Persona 4. Really for our Let's Plays. So we go from action-adventure, kind of a semi-open world game, to a JRPG, to a more classic JRPG. It's going to feel a little different, but I'm talking as a whole. I come from a school of playing Persona, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, even, like, to an extent, we'll throw in other games in there as well, kind of giving us a wider spray here, and looks like we're in a bad place, guys. Definitely a little outnumbered here. That was actually pretty cool. I like that we get that little animated cutscene, but now it's like we're getting the same sequence here, but just an in-game cutscene. And I gotta say, the look on Chrono's face in that cutscene was probably a look that a lot of guys would have had in that situation. Looks like we're getting into another counter here, but yeah, so it looks like I think the one thing that's kind of hilarious about this game as a whole is that we kind of get that weird... every once in a while we'll get like an anime cutscene, and it looks cool. It sounds literally like Dragon Ball Z there. It kind of breaks it back up, and we go back to where we were. And when we get to that, like, I guess we'll call it that, back to the game footage, so to speak, the same cutscenes happening, because I feel like this version might have the cutscenes from the PlayStation 1 version. I don't really know. I just think it's kind of hilarious, to say the least. That we're getting this sort of, like I said, I just think it's quite comical, really. And we're getting back in the more combat-based situations here. I like how Moral just fell asleep. Different status ailments. I haven't actually had many status ailments in my encounters so far in this game. I think that's actually a blessing and a curse. I could be totally wrong. Looks like we get another opportunity to name the character. We're just going to leave her as her default name of Ayla. Well then, obviously prehistoric times, obviously the first, you know, humans, so to speak, are not going to be very advanced in their speech patterns. At least they speak the same language as our characters. Of course, this game taking place in a fictionalized kingdom, they're all going to speak the same language as a whole. So it's not like it's that hard. It's just they're going with that stereotype of that kind of like caveman speak. So obviously, you know, that their entire dialogue is going to be definitely a different situation, so to speak, altogether. So it looks like Ayla's going to bring us back to her I guess, her tribe, her camp, whatever the correct terminology is. And they're going to give us some stones. Mainly the stones that we're actually looking for, which would be the Dreamstone. I don't know if Ayla is in... No, Ayla is not in our party yet. Or at all. So right now we kind of have to go through here. Now, I'm just going to see if we can kind of run through here without getting into any actual encounters here. I'm just trying to be safe here. I don't want to, like, jump in to, like, anything too crazy. I don't know if we're going to get our, like, HP and MP replenished, so to speak, so we're just going to try to play it as safe as we can. These things are definitely a little bit tougher than I thought they would be. Not gonna lie, that is definitely at times it gets a little frustrating when you get into like a combat situation and the combat is definitely, well, I don't want to say the combat is, but like the fight's harder than you think it would be. So we have that going for us. I feel like that might be a sign that maybe we're just a little too under-leveled. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm just going to heal everyone up. I'm definitely hoping that we are going to be able to kind of replenish our HP and MP in the very near future. Probably, I'm really hoping that it'll be in, I guess it's the camp or wherever it is that we're going with Ayla, I guess it is. Well, like I said, we'll have to find out once we make it through this little area here. More encounters here. I'm definitely just kind of sidestepping everything. And I like how the music in the overworld's definitely different. Even though the overworld, every single time period that we've been in, the overworld is vastly different. And I don't understand 100% why, if it's in the same world. I understand the logic of, like, for example, Pangea from our, you know, how the planet, the continents are arranged. But here, I don't really know what the issue is. I know that sounds kind of silly for me to say, hey, man, I don't know what's going on here. That's just my personal opinion. I guess this is a much smaller area. I don't know if that means anything, but okay, I think we might... Nope. No, we got there too soon, so we kind of have to kill some time. So maybe we should go into one of these huts. Probably kind of forward the story a bit. Here we go. The Chief's Hut. So it looks like we're going to be in the... It's definitely... Okay. And if you guys... I don't know if we actually caught this earlier in the game. This is at the fair. There's a little section where you can do this like dance. This is a very familiar tune to me personally. I don't know if it's because it's from another game or if it's just from this game itself. I guess we're supposed to figure this out. We're supposed to dance, maybe? I don't really know. Like I said, the one big issue I'm having with this game is the lack of... I want to say it's more or less kind of that lack of, like, you know, telling us what we're supposed to do to an extent. I'm not telling us, I don't expect the game to be like, yeah, so you need to make sure you do exactly this and this and this. No, what I want is some sense of direction. That's what I want. I want some sense of direction. I guess we'll talk to everybody. Still trying to figure it out. Like I said, we're still figuring things out. I think we might have actually figured it out here. I think we have the idea of what we're supposed to do here. So we actually have to push these buttons to really kind of commence our dancing. That's great. I guess it doesn't matter what order we push the buttons in, or do we just push buttons whenever, like randomly? That would be great to know, I think. The game doesn't really give us an idea. Like I said, unless we're like supposed to do a specific pattern in order for this to continue, it's definitely getting a little frustrating. Let me see. We're still working at it. We're still doing it. Doing a little circle spinny spin. I think that's plenty. Yeah, there we go. That should be good. And now we're gonna drink. Man, this is not gonna end well. I'm not sure why I have this feeling deep down the pit of my stomach why this is gonna be a bad idea. We're not really getting much story development. We're kind of actually, this is where we're getting our story development right now. Actually, it looks like humans are fighting the reptiles right now. And they're kind of at war and stuff. Not really at, I don't know if that's the right terminology, but that's what it looks like. That we're kind of fighting them, by which I'm referring to the royal we, as in Ayla and company. So there is that. I'm really curious to see, I mean, it's not really like anything out of the ordinary for this kind of like, you know, time period, so to speak. Maybe not time period, but like, you know, this concept here where we are in the past, the very far past, and right now we're really just, you know, could be fighting reptiles. That makes sense. Still drinking. We have to actually have a drinking competition with Ayla. I don't know if we have to win this or not. Yeah, we had to win in order to get the rock. So we actually had to outdrink her, which is not a good thing if you're asking me. I don't think we should have been focusing on outdrinking someone. And now we're like all passed out. I like how, you know, really Chrono just looks like he had a rough night. Had too much to drink, and obviously he did. There's no way around that one. Wasn't last night fun? Yeah, last night was a blast. I just wish that I didn't have this head-splitting headache. And it looks like the gate key that we carry is gone. Which would make not make sense, but I'm curious to see... not really curious to see what happened to it. I have an idea. I want to say the reptiles took it, snuck in overnight, and just kind of took it from us. Which would be not really surprising from a plot point. Because if they want to make us, you know, as like this non-biased, you know, gamer, you know, think, hey, what would be biased? You know, what would make us biased against, you know, the reptiles, other than the fact that we're characters are all humanoid right now? Is why don't they steal our gate key? Apparently, Ayla thinks we're awake too early. So yeah, we're gonna tell Ayla that, you know, our ish was stolen. She's she's like, we drank too much. Yeah, I know we drank too much. Then, you know what, when I was younger, if I were to play this, like, you know, when I was like 13, 14, you know, at that age where I would play a game like this more likely than not, you know, between that like 10 and 15, I would have no idea what she's talking about when she's talking about her head hurting from, you know, drinking. That joke would have gone over my head. That's more of an adult-oriented joke. You know, oh, I drank too much. Now I'm just absolutely and utterly hungover. What am I going to do now? So, we're going to go in this overworld. Like I said, this is not a very big area. But we're gonna, you know, obviously get through it. I feel like I said, this is not the longest game in the world. And I like that, and I dislike that. Because, like, I'm really getting into it by now. This feels like a game I can sit here and play for a couple hours at a time. It's not a game that I feel like, you know, you really could... I mean, you probably could. But I don't think this is a game that I really would be able to, like, sit here and play for, like, you know, 7-8 hours at a time. Because if I did that, I'd probably have this game finished. That's a habit I have with Persona and, like, other games. Where I could sit there and, like, literally spend an entire Saturday or Sunday just playing the same game. This is a game that I probably play like 2-3 hours at a time, have to walk away for a little bit, do something else, feel like I'm being productive, and then come back to it. Looks like Kino did take our stuff. It wasn't actually the reptiles, and now he's saying the reptiles take it. So this does not make sense to me. So Kino took it, and then the reptiles took it. That is really just... This wording is weird. She's saying, Kino man, Ayla die, Ayla have baby, Kino... That makes no sense. I think I understand what they're saying. I think the logic here is that Ayla is the chief, and that, you know, for right now, but if she were to get together with Kino, and then if she were to have a baby, or... it's really weird. I'm trying to understand it myself, and it looks like when we were at more... Ayla's tribe area, we actually didn't get back our HP and MP, which is gonna suck. Because, you know, you see Moral's HP is a little low, Chrono's MP is definitely a little on the low side. We are... we're not gonna have a good time here. I'm hoping this forest base isn't very long. But I have a feeling the forest base is going to lead us to, like, kind of like more of a dungeon-like thing than we would probably hope it does. And I'm going to say this, a little criticism of this setup here. The vines, I could not tell that I could climb down those vines. I know that's something really stupid to kind of point out and really kind of complain about, but I wouldn't, you know to climb down those vines if, like, you know, I didn't experiment it with it first. It wouldn't be something that... It wouldn't be the first thought that came to my mind. So we're constantly getting involved in these fights throughout the game, which is fine because it allows us to get experience points and level up, which is something I like to do. The combat system is great. It does get frustrating with how it's set up, where we have those little yellow meters, and, you know, when they fill up, then you have your turn, instead of going in a specific order. Going from a combat system like Persona, and then another RPG that I'm currently playing right now, you know, that kind of follows more akin to the Persona setup. And this, you're playing 3 different RPGs with 3 different, like, slightly different combat systems. It gets very... I don't want to use the term overwhelming, because we're playing games with different, like, combat settings. It gets... I guess it gets hard to keep track of what does what and which one is better. I personally prefer the Persona system as a whole. I just like the whole setup there, and I'm heavily biased, but... You know, the 3-person in your party system, and then, you know, I don't know how they determine the order people go. Like, for example, why Ayla is first. If it's a speed or agility-based thing, I understand that. And it's kind of like if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, right? If you guys ever played D&D before. usually the person it's whoever rolls the highest initiative. Well, usually the character who has the highest dexterity score, which is usually like your rogues or your monks, who are faster generally speaking, are going to have a higher initiative than the barbarian or the wizard or the warlock. And I kind of feel like that's the case here. They kind of follow, I don't want to say the basic core principles of encounter, programming in an RPG where your agility, dexterity, whatever you want to call it, determines who goes first. But I feel like that actually might be how this works. And if that's the case, there's nothing wrong with that, because I think that's how it works in most RPGs. It's just, usually they're, like, subtle about it. It's not, like, as in your face as, they usually are, which is nice. And at the same time, I'm probably just kind of rambling right now about it, but it's just that's just a theory I have. I could be 100% wrong. They could be going based off level. I don't know. These guys are whittling away our HP. I feel like we do need to get some serious levels in this area, because I feel like just playing this right now, I feel like we might be a little underleveled. We haven't really had a lot of issues just going through this game. So far, it's been pretty smooth sailing as a whole. I feel like there might be that point in the game where we hit that brick wall, and we're gonna really need to, put out some levels, grind out a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Because I don't know this game, like I said, and that was tricky there. I could not tell that we were supposed to go this way. See, when I said that it's a slight design in this game, little things like that really just kind of throw me off. And I don't know if they're throwing any of you guys off, sitting here watching this, having to go up a path that takes you up a level, because of the fact that the game doesn't really tell you that you need to go up a level. It doesn't make sense. It's a level design. Like right here, you see this pattern down in the lower right-hand corner. We're supposed to go down there. It's going to take us back down to what I would call the ground level. That is not something. It's a design issue. I know. It's the way they design the game, but that stuff really does throw me off. It throws me off when I'm playing this, and it kind of grinds my gears, metaphorically speaking, that is the case. So, I mean, we kind of have to just, go with it, so to speak. We got through that fight there. That was pretty good. So, you see what I'm talking about? We just walked down that path. It's just a perspective thing. I think we're going the right way. I can't confirm that until we get to where we need to get. As weird as that sounds, just kind of speaking like that, it's like, well, we're not going to know for certain if we're going in the right direction until we actually get to that direction that we're supposed to be in. And I know that's not probably something people want to hear. And that's the thing. I always find these things interesting. We're playing through this blindly. And I know most of the stuff we've done so far has been New Game Plus. So by doing New Game Plus, you kind of have that idea where to go, and we can kind of go through it a lot quicker. Doing a blind playthrough, we have no idea where we're going, which is great and terrible at the same time. And seeing something for the first time, we got to kind of experience it together as a whole. And I have no idea what the hell these things are doing. I know they're dive bombing us, but why are they one color, changing colors and stuff like that? Why? It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that the red one just shot fire at me. I mean, this game is, ridiculous. I have no idea why the things are being done. That one just turned red. Is it because we've done so much damage to it? I mean, there's no actual logic to what's going on, so to speak, in this game, and we're just gonna wail on them. I don't know the pattern, I don't know the logic here, but I'm hoping we're almost at a spot where we can actually use a shelter or something and kind of replenish everything. Because that just took out a lot of our HP there. That fight was tough. I keep going because I'm like trying to think and play at the same time. It's a real challenge, but like I was saying, I feel like we're at the point right now in the game where we might actually be just a hair under leveled. It's possible that, yeah, we're not struggling immensely, but those fights are really using up a lot of our energy, so to speak. When I say energy, I'm like talking about like HP or MP. It's really just draining. We might actually have to spend some time grinding out a little bit to make sure we have the right skill points or something like that. There's got to be a spot. I'm waiting for us to kind of find the right spot in the game where we can actually sit there, and I don't have a problem with grinding out, 5-10 levels. If I need to grind out 5 to 10 levels, I will grind out 5 to 10 levels. No problem. That is something I don't really have as big of a problem with doing, because it doesn't bother me. I don't hate the grind. The grind's not my favorite thing in the world, but like, if the game has a good combat system, or like a whole bunch of other stuff, like Persona's got a really great combat system, and it rewards you for being a higher level, because once we're at a higher level, we're going to be able to get better Personas. I like that. That's something that really, I like. There's other games where they have different setups, so to speak, with, their games and how they reward you for doing certain things. I like that too. But in this, I don't know if there's an actual reward for grinding out anything other than being high level and being able to kind of walk through everything. So right now, we're in this cave. There's no safe spot. There's nowhere for us to really use a shelter. Am I doing something wrong? Are we supposed to be here? We're supposed to be here. Trust me, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be here at this moment in time. So we just gotta kind of figure out what we're supposed to do. So we're gonna head down here and head over here. And oh boy. Let's see if we can avoid. Yeah, so we're gonna jump down here. And oh fudge. Can't just jump down there. We gotta get into this fight here. And if I remember, if these guys are similar to what we fought earlier in the game, they might not be as susceptible to physical attacks, but these guys actually seem to be more prone to that. So we are okay now. I was actually concerned for a minute because, like, last time we found these things like this, we had to use our magic skills on them, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with having to use our magic skills, but we're low on MP, kind of, sort of. Oh no. Oh god. Can we get... Nope. Can't get away from this big guy. He's gonna shake his booty in our face. Alright. This is a Megasaur. I feel like we're not doing a lot of damage to this thing. And the lightning. There we go. Okay. Alright. I see. So it looks like the lightning is going to be a great thing for us for the foreseeable future. If we use lightning, it's going to lower a lot of these kind of enemies' defenses. They probably have really thick skin. Having the thick skin, still using lightning kind of shocks them, so that's when we can wail on them. Alright, so that's a little bit of helpful knowledge for us there. So we're able to do that. And we're going to kind of blow through our potions here. And we can't go anywhere. We have to go down this hole. Meaning that if there's anywhere we have to go before this, we really kind of screwed the pooch. So we gotta kind of go through this room here. Alright. I want to avoid combat right now. Except this guy we just bumped that guy. Alright. And we know the pattern right now where the game's gonna want us to use like lightning, but we're gonna actually use ice. Let's see if ice will do anything. Ice did some serious damage. It didn't do much, I guess, but I'll take it. I will take what we can do. And Ayla was put to sleep. That's not good. We're gonna do lightning on him. I don't know what his HP is, but we're gonna take out the reptile too. We're at the point right now where I feel like we have to take advantage of this guy being shocked. He might not be as shocked since he just lit us on fire, but we probably just took him out right here, right? No, this guy's got a lot of HP. We don't have I think it's Luca who has the piece of accessory that will actually tell us how much HP an enemy has. That does not work on bosses, by the way, in case you're wondering. I think I figured that out already. But these guys just come running after us. Okay, yeah, we took the... Oh, boy. Alright. So I'm thinking right now, if we get to an important, like, you know, fight up ahead, I feel like this shouldn't be that long, because like I said, these, I'm not calling this a dungeon, but I'm gonna call it a dungeon. It's not a proper dungeon. This little, like, I guess we'll call it like a level, so to speak. This section of the game already, it includes the maze, so it should be nearing the end, because these sections in this game are not long. This is not a long game by any stretch of the word. So we got another fight here. Similar strategy, I guess we'll have to use that here. I guess we'll target this big guy first. Lightning spell doesn't do much damage on him. I don't know if he's like a full-fledged reptile, or he kind of looks like, I don't know what he is. But he keeps throwing that freaking mushroom at me. I'm getting pissed off at him. He really pissing me off. So we took him out. Let's take out these mushrooms here real quick. These fungi. They shouldn't have much. Nope, no, they escape. Okay. I'm okay with that, I guess. 234 experience points. So I guess this would probably be a good place for us to, if we need to focus on. Oh God, not another fight. If we need to grind, this would actually probably be a fantastic place for us to do it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because we're going to be able to go back and forth, up and down, and get about 500 experience points for those two fights. That's fantastic. Chrono's about to die, by the way. He's been put to sleep. Ayla has a move called Kiss, and Ayla's gonna die too. This might not be a good. We might have messed something up along the way, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to actually leave this area, which is gonna be frustrating. Ayla does some damage. I've noticed she doesn't do as much damage as I would like, as I would think, but I mean she does some, and that's actually very helpful, so to speak. We're just going to wail on the Megasaur before our electric shock wears off. I feel like our electric shock will wear off at some point, and then it'll probably blow up in our faces. Ayla's on her knees! Oh, God! Oh, my God! I am really starting to feel it. I am actually really thinking right now that we are definitely under-leveled at this point in the game. Oh, my God. Oh, we really messed up. I'm really starting to feel this. This guy has so much HP. Oh my goodness, are we up a creek without a paddle? Yeah, we're definitely up a creek without a paddle. Let's do this. Let's get this done. And he's still not dead! What is this? What is this madness? Oh, come on. You can see we're getting frustrated, but we're not frustrated. We are, like, annoyed. I guess we could put it mildly. We're mildly perturbed. This Megasaur is not just dying like it should, and our MP and HP are really getting low. We're really starting to struggle right now. I'm hoping... There we go, got it. That thing's like a mini-boss type enemy. We're probably not going to get that much XP out of this fight either. So I think if we take care of these guys, we're down to the last one. And we're going to heal Chrono, and we should be okay. These guys, the reptiles, haven't given us a hard time, really, in the game. There we go. We took care of it. Awesome. Yes, I feel good about this right now. That was a very tough fight. Nothing you can do about it, though. But we did get a save point. And this is probably going to be a great place for us to get ready to call a break, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning into my blind playthrough here of Chrono Trigger. My name has been Anger Banjo, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys think I'm doing a terrible job in this game, let me know. I want to know. I would love to hear some feedback about how terrible I am at this game. If you guys think I'm that bad, should I stop playing this game and stop playing RPGs as a whole and kind of just revoking my RPG card? Let me know down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time. We're actually look like we're gonna get an interesting encounter with Azayla next time. Or yeah, Azayla. So don't go anywhere.